Oh, hi, thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
Welcome back to the Largely Garbage Podcast. I am here with my co-host, RJ, as always, the Dominican Prince.
What's up, y'all?
I fucked up the intro once and I played the air horn once, so I don't know. So we've got a weird. This is Rashid's episode, but I wanted to do the intro because I found something out today that I think is hilarious. To start off getting political, Kash Patel, the director of the FBI, has written a children's book called The Plot Against the King. And the description of it is: a key player in uncovering one of our nation's biggest injustices tells the whole story for kids. Kash Patel partners with Beacon of Freedom Publishing House, an imprint of Brave Books, to bring a fantastical retelling of Hillary's horrible plot against Trump to the whole family. Full of fake heralds and Keeper Comey's spying slugs, this is a story of daring and danger.
For children, by the way, for kids.
But never fear, Kash the Distinguished Discoverer will win the day. What a fucking nerd! Oh my
Yeah, what the
god!
fuck? Oh, is that Cash?
He has like a superpower in the book where he can discover anything, even though he wasn't the director of the FBI when Hillary was anywhere near any elections.
Right.
Like, what in the fuck did... First off, calling that man a king is insane.
It's insane.
It's insane.
Like,
I just wanted to...
He's gurgling them, bro.
Gargling. He has
throating
both of
this
them.
man.
He has both of them in his mouth, braiding the ball hairs with his teeth. It's
Double
insane.
fisting.
Like, I
Ridiculous.
cannot stand Kash Patel. The man has a clothing brand, and he's running the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation. And just because he can go in front of a committee and be like, I'm not at liberty to talk about that, he thinks he's fucking qualified because he's like, I keep information from them. Shut the fuck up. Like, I can't stand the man. I cannot fucking stand him. I just wanted to start off with that because I think it's fucking hilarious. Like, that he wrote a children's book. Like, this is
I
the
will not be
director of the Federal Bureau of Investigation that wrote a children's book about Trump being the king. Insane. He didn't even write himself as the king. He's not even writing himself as the king. He's writing himself...
Putting a man above you is insane.
Bro, he put himself as like the court jester, like the fuck, like the house wizard, like the advisor to the king. Like, bro, Trump would deport you in a minute. He hates you. All right, I'm sorry. Rashid, take over. This is your episode. I just wanted that to be... I wanted that to be the start.
Okay, so if you guys didn't know, that means we would like you to stay away from these books. You probably will anyways, because I'm sure you guys are practical people.
It's $20.
That's insane.
That's with it being on discount on Amazon. I'm sorry, one more time. It is it's actually $23 because
Okay.
I guess it wasn't selling enough copies, so Amazon had to put it for a 13% discount. They're not getting the truth out. That's the issue. They
We're telling kids about, shit that they don't even understand.
They don't give a fuck, dude. They can't vote for another, 10 years. They don't care. Anyways, to the topic.
So today, we're going to talk about perception versus experience, right? What do I mean by that? People might think that perception and experience are like the same things, but they're synonymous in a way, but perception is like, I'll just read the definition for you guys. Perception refers to the process by which our brains interpret, organize, and divide sensory information, allowing us to understand and respond to the world around us, right? So our experiences are built through our perceptions. And the only reason I wanted to talk about this is because the other day, me and my mother were having a conversation about a family member, and our perceptions of this family member were completely different, even though we were talking about the same moment, right? Like, you ever have, I'm sure you've been in an argument, right, Ryan,
For
with
sure.
any of your former spouses or your current one, and you guys, they always say there's your truth, their truth, and the truth, right?
Right.
It's like that's kind of what I was getting at here. We were having that conversation, and I was like, "Oh, this is turning into an interesting conversation, right?"
Okay.
And then I ended up watching a movie, Oscar Isaac and Olivia Wilde in it. It's called Life Itself, where it goes over a theory called the unreliable narrator, and the idea is that nobody on the planet is a reliable narrator, not even yourself, for your own story, because everything is perceived in a certain way by everyone. So therefore, everything that we're doing and everything that leads up to specific moments are literally out of our control, because reality is a perception that all humans are making,
So
and we can't portray it in a proper way, basically.
the unreliable narrator thing is really interesting
Yeah.
to me because one, I mean that's kind of the story of, in high school you hear that people are such pieces of shit or something like that,
Right.
but you're only hearing what people are saying, and then you see that guy and it's like, dude, I just broke up with her. She's saying a whole bunch of random shit, like stuff like that.
Right.
But also because we do read a lot of Reddit stories on this podcast, that's one of the
Exactly.
votes that people like to do.
Am I the asshole? Right.
Yeah, people love to vote. They vote asshole, not asshole, and then a lot of people end up voting unreliable narrator because they think that they're just lying, or they're leaving out very
Right.
key parts, like
Key details.
yeah, like she cheated on me. Am I the asshole for breaking up with her for cheating on me? I do cheat on her a whole bunch, like, but they leave that part out.
Right.
Like that
comes out on the part 2, and it's
Yeah.
come on.
Or leaving out that, yeah, they did agree on an open relationship. She's been cheating on me. You're like,
Yeah.
okay, this is all right. That and I hate those stories because you do. Redditors are really good about sniffing that shit out. There's like, something's missing here. A good portion of this story is not here right now, and we're not getting everything here. So like that's a very
Right.
big part in those, and I actually realized those in high school. Cause I was friends with a lot of girls in high school, so I'm like hearing about what dickheads these guys are, and I know these guys.
Right.
I'm like, now I've never dated these guys, so I don't know how they would treat me if they were dating me. But I'm like, I was there that night. That's not how it went down. You were being kind of loud and obnoxious, and he decided that he wanted to leave. He told you called him a dickhead, and so he left without you, and you're like, he abandoned me at the party, like, and you're like, all right, that's a real story. That's like an actual thing that had happened. So I'm like,
Right.
and then she told everybody that she was drunk and alone, and he had left her, but he'd been trying to leave for like an hour, so he just dipped. Which I'm a little kind of like, all right, you're kind of an ass for leaving, but like you gave her a million chances. And he even like called her an Uber home, like, so I'm like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, he did everything. He was like, I'm tired. I want to go to bed. I scheduled you an Uber for 45 minutes from now. It's going to be outside. This is the car that it's going to be. This is blah, 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 blah. So like she told everybody this story that painted him as this huge asshole. But I was there. I was like, no, he was actually as respectful as he could possibly be. Sure, he could have stuck it out and, thugged it out and stayed at the party for a little bit longer. But he's like, if I stay longer, I'm going to be too tired to drive home. So he was kind of like, I got to go. So, like, the perception of it, because she zhuzhed it up to make him look more like an asshole versus the actual reality, he was being as nice as me. So I get that. That's a very huge misconception of stories that a lot of people love to do.
I wonder if we have a story, like a story that me and you have, where me and you have two different perceptions of it.
Shit.
Like, what have we experienced that
What
we
a-
might be like?
What is something that we've done together that like has become a significant story? Do we even have really? We don't really tell stories.
Only from when we were like 9 years old.
Yeah, we don't really have
I mean,
a
how
whole
did
lot
you
of stories.
perceive the moment when your mother woke up in the middle of the night because we were being and we all
So
bro, you tell the story better. Yeah, tell them the story.
from what I remember, so usually we would hang out in my garage. But it was a particularly hot day, I think, so we were hanging out in the living room. And we unusually had our friend Trevor in the mix. And Trevor has some volume control issues when he's playing video games or speaking or breathing or whatever the fuck he's doing.
Or doing anything.
Eating, drinking, whatever. He's a weird guy. But it was like midnight maybe, and we've been telling this dude, like, you need to quiet down for like 45 minutes. And he didn't quiet down. And so Navy housing in Virginia had these huge banisters, the huge high ceiling living rooms to where you can see the second floor and you can see the stairs. And there's like 5 of us in the living room and only one of us are being loud.
Guess who it is, people.
And guess who it is? Fucking Trevor. So we all are like collectively telling him to shut the fuck up. And then we just kind of feel my mother at the top of the banister, and she just kind of goes, "It's midnight." And all of us instinctively just froze and stood still and are kind of like waiting for her to leave. Like none of us moved a muscle, and that just threw her off so much. She goes, "I'm not a fucking dinosaur, I can see you."
We still don't move.
We
like
still didn't
nobody
move.
moved or said a thing.
We still just
stayed
stayed
where we were.
completely frozen. And then she just left. She went into the room, and I was like, "Man,
It
so
worked.
good."
It fucking worked.
And I'm
That's
thinking,
all
like,
saying.
man, I'm so glad she couldn't
was
see us. Like, it's like, that man. And we tell that story all the time. I think because I've told that story, Mom tells that story a good amount. I don't think perception versus experience is gonna fit into this because I feel like you probably have the exact same.
No, but I thought it was Brian that was being loud. No, Trevor was definitely being loud. But me and Brian kept making me laugh because your mom already came out one time and told us to be quiet. Like, she already gave us the warning, so I was trying not to be loud. And Brian was making me laugh on purpose because he always fucking did that.
See, but I'm 2 years younger than you guys, so I remember a whole lot less. I only remember that significant moment with Mom.
Yeah.
So like,
I do remember you were quieting Trevor down a lot, but then I was like trying not to laugh because Brian was over there cracking me up, bro.
I mean, Brian's laugh is contagious as fuck, so it's really hard to. We'll have him on. He's actually very interested in being on, so we'll have him on. But yeah, we that's how I remember that night. There is that one. I don't exactly remember, but me and Devin were beefing when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was because you had like told him to beat me up, and without hesitation, he just started going in. And I was like, no, I don't want to be friends with you guys anymore because he says something and you just do it right away. You don't even question it. And Devin's just knocking on my window like, Ryan, I'm sorry. And you guys are just like at my front door and it's like, no, I'm done.
Yeah, we're like, hey, we're sorry, man. It's okay.
You do remember that, though, right? Like, I have a very...
I do, yeah.
I don't have a very vivid memory of that, but, like, what do you remember?
I felt really
of that?
bad. Well, that's another thing because when you went home, you didn't get to experience me, Devin, and I don't know if it was Dante or Brian, but we went back to Devin's room in Ben Morale, and he, in military housing, we all used to live in military housing, like, down the street from each other, even on the same street sometimes. But we went into the room and we all were just talking about how bad we felt, and then we were like, yeah, we should go to his house and apologize.
I was sitting there crying in my living room for a bit. I was I was like 10, I think, like 10 or 11. I was a kid, and these like 13,
No, I
14
think
year
you were
old.
younger than that because
Probably,
we were
yeah.
11.
Yeah, so I'm like a 9-year-old kid just getting
Yeah.
just a shit kicked out of me by this strong ass fucking 11-year-old, and then the other 11-year-old fucking facilitated it. He was just like, "Hey, give Dodoria, give the command, get him."
Yeah, for real, get him.
And then I'm just sitting there just taking it, and I'm like, you know what? I'm done.
You got jumped in, bro. Welcome.
I got jumped in, really? 2 years
did,
after we
yeah.
all became friends?
Yeah, we had to make sure you were solid.
Oh, shit. Okay, so now I'm glad I got that other perspective of just you guys just sitting around being like, we should go talk to him.
Yeah.
And Devin's just begging at my window, like,
Yeah, it wasn't even a long conversation. We got to the room, the door closed, we all sat in silence, and we're like, yeah, we should go apologize.
Yeah, we just bullied some little white kid. Like, it wasn't even some little white kid. I was your friend.
Right.
I still think about like closing the. I remember like closing the blinds on Devin. Like that was like a very vivid part of it. It's like he's sitting at the window,
you were
like
being dramatic.
Like Ryan, I'm sorry, and I just close the blinds. Like, no, you're not.
Man.
Oh fuck! I don't. Those are basically the only two real stories that I remember. I wasn't there, so I really only have the perception of when I think it was you, Devin, and I think Sage got in trouble with the police for climbing on buildings. Oh
yeah, we got detained.
Rest in peace, Sage. Yeah, that was I think I was even at Devin's house. I had showed up at Devin's house to hang out with him, but you guys were already out, fucking around. And then you guys got dropped. You guys got dropped off by the police, and I'm like, "Oh, that's weird. Let's play some games." Like I didn't even care. Like,
yeah, nah, we were cooling. Michelle was like, "I'm not gonna tell your mom." I was like, "Oh, thank God," because that's crazy work.
Yeah, that's one of those that I was not there to experience, but we didn't really do a whole lot of really. What about?
Yeah, no, that was crazy though, because when they put us in the back of the car, and my smart ass, me and Sage, we were like, our mouths just were. And
Devin's sitting there terrified,
yeah, Devin was sitting there terrified, and the cops were cracking jokes, and me and Sage were like being obnoxious back to them at their jokes. Like they were like, "Are you fucking stupid running on buildings?" And I was like, "Yeah, I guess so." And then they said it again. And I was like, "That's 3 times." And then they said it again, and Sage was like, "Oh, there's 4." And they were like, they were getting pissed. It was like little things. We were just poking at them.
And you know what?
Like,
I think
they're like, "You guys want to keep talking?" And we were like, "We probably will."
Yeah. I think that's like, because it's like quite obvious that that's not the first time Sage had sat in the back of a cop car.
Yeah.
So he's just like, "Fuck these guys." Like Sage is a fucking legend. But like, what's the one story? I don't know. It's not even really much of a story. It's just like a significant event. Where I got beat up. At Narnia.
Oh, by that kid?
By that fucking kid. I remember. He's dead.
Oh,
he got shot like fucking 10 years later.
Oh, that's awful. But
terrible, whatever. But yeah, loser. But
bro, perceptions, reality.
Duality. We were all hanging out at this place. We called it Narnia. Because it was just a forest. It was just a clearing, and there was a forest next to it, and we hung out there a lot. And we're not very creative, so we couldn't come up with a name, so we just stole some copyrighted names. And then this kid came through with his bike. And I don't remember exactly what he looked like. I just know that I was like, you could either be 9 or 25. And I could not fucking tell. Like his face.
We could tell because he was. Oh yeah, his face looked crazy.
His face. He was like the kid was stressed. Like
he was like 4'7". I don't know, bro.
He was a tiny kid, but I was tiny too, and I had never been in a fight at that point. And I was just talking shit because I was like, my friends are gonna help me, and they were like, no, you were talking shit. Like,
Yeah, no, me and Brian, I'll never forget. We got pissed and we grabbed you. We went back to Narnia. We were like, if he comes back out, you're gonna fight him again.
yeah.
And you were like, no, I don't want to fight him. We were like, bro, you're gonna fucking fight him.
Yeah, because I was
We were
sitting there
pissed.
talking shit because I was like, yeah, my friends are here. Hey, you a bitch! He turned around. He said, what? And I was like, I said nice bike, and like something crazy. And he came up and just overhand fucking knocked me in the forehead, and I just fucking fell to the ground. That was it. Like that's all I remember is that he just hit me in the head, and I fell to the ground, and he just rode off on his bike.
Pissed, bro.
Like
back then, I liked to fight too.
And you were just
And
like,
I was
I'm not
like-
helping you. Fucking get up.
Yeah, I was like, fight back, bro, fight back.
Nah, that was a good hit. I had a fucking goose egg on me for a bit, and I had to like go home. My dad was like, "What the fuck happened?" I was like, some kid threw a rock at me, and he just grabbed me by the elbow and was just trying to drag me around the neighborhood, being like, "Where is the kid that threw a rock?"
Where
at
is
you?"
he? Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like,
As he should.
He went to Glenwood.
As he should.
He went to Glenwood. He ran over to Glenwood because the kid actually did run over to Glenwood, the
Yeah, he did
ghetto
run
ass
over
neighborhood.
to Glenwood.
And this kid is like fucking like 10, 11 years old, and he's just smoking blacks riding on a fucking bike. And I'm just like, yeah,
There's
I
a lot
probably
of
shouldn't.
kids.
Probably shouldn't have done
If we're
that.
being honest, that was a lot of kids in the neighborhood. They were all
Right.
smoking something.
My dad made it 2 blocks in Glenwood, dragging me around trying to find the kid. And he was like, yeah, we got to get out of this neighborhood. What were you doing near here? Like, and I was like, I don't know, man. Like, and so he just chalked it up to, he probably did it because you're white. And then we just went back in the house. And that's what I remember from that. But I do remember getting knocked out pretty good. And I was like, oh, fuck. I should probably learn how to fight. Like, and before I talk shit. Like,
Honestly, I was pissed.
that was when I realized that you have my back to an extent. Like, but you're like, if you're gonna do something stupid, you're gonna.
It was only like if they would have tried to jump you, we would have been in there. But it was like he was just such a tiny kid, and you were tiny too, but he was definitely smaller than you, and we were pissed. We were like, bro, don't let this gremlin beat you up.
right. But he had obviously been in a fight before, and I was just talking shit for whatever reason. And that's when I learned I probably shouldn't talk shit to people if I don't know how to fight. And that's when I started
Please.
that's not when
And
I
then you
started
started
learning.
learning.
That's not the
Kind of.
moment I started
Yeah.
learning. I think I started learning really in high school. Cause like,
Oh yeah, you started learning actually how to fight. In
well,
high
yeah,
school,
because
but-
after that I took karate, and I was like, that's not real.
Right.
That's not real. Kids karate is the
you
opposite
heard
of
that
learning how to
karate people.
fight.
He hates you. He doesn't
No.
take you serious. Not-
Taking
not one.
karate as a 9-year-old, like you see like a 12-year-old with a
Jay-Z.
fucking what?
Jay-Z, when you were 30 in that karate class, you know you're wrong, bro.
Oh, he a bitch. Never mind. Oh, but
Oh.
like, but like you see like 12-year-olds with black belts, and you're like, yeah, right. What fucking black belt gave you that? Like, get the fuck out of
What
here.
if the 12-year-old beats your ass? Would you respect him?
No, because I'm gonna shoot him. I'm not letting him tell the tale of how he beat up a 25-year-old
go.
man.
Oh,
He's gotta
man.
go, bro. Especially with the amount of fights that I've been in now with like my previous career. Like you don't beat me. Like, and even if you do beat me, you're not gonna be around. Like, you're not gonna be able to
Right.
tell that story. It's like,
You're
if
gonna
you-
win no matter what.
If you beat me, you better kill me. Like, come on. Like, no 12-year-olds. No 12-year-old's gonna win that fight and live to tell the tale. It's not happening.
Ryan's gonna get up and be like, I
Yeah.
got something for
Yeah.
you. Not the kids. We don't harm kids. We don't do that, guys.
Listen,
Okay.
Listen. We
I don't harm kids.
We
I-
yeah. Who the fuck
I-
is we? Oh fuck. Do you have any other like examples of the
Yeah,
topic?
I just have some stories. Well, one story. It's a parable. I don't know if you've ever heard this. If not, tune in. It's called the parable of the blind men and an elephant. Right? It's a story of a group of blind men who have never come across an elephant before, right? And they're blind. So they try to learn and imagine what the elephant is like by touching it, right? So long story short, they got molested, bro. They touched this dude's dick. He got hard. It was scary for everyone. It was not okay.
Okay. What?
No, I'm just kidding.
What?
I'm joking. Just had to wake Ryan up real quick. But
I muted my mic so you could tell the story.
They each feel a part of the animal's body, right? But only one part. Like the side or the tusk or, the trunk. And they describe the animal based on their limited experience, and their descriptions of the elephant are different from each other, right? Because they're all blind, they're all touching a different part of the elephant. So, their descriptions are different. In some versions, they come to suspect that the other person is dishonest, and they start throwing hands for some reason. That's actually in this story. They start scrapping, right? And the moral of the parable is that humans have a tendency to claim absolute truth based on their limited and subjective experience, as they ignore other people's limited and subjective experiences, which may be equally true, but they don't know because they're like, oh, my way is right.
Yeah, it's my okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm feeling it. I feel that. That's
Yeah.
So there's a good lesson in there, maybe you don't fight people just because you think differently. That's one thing. But they just start throwing hands.
Right.
They're like, I think this is a leg. They're like, no, it's not. And they just fucking start going.
Right. There are like some things that are truly subjective, though. Like where you don't have to agree with somebody. There's some things where it's like, okay, morally, we can't get past that. But if it's just like music, well, what's something subjective in music? Drake being the best. Right?
I was gonna say something else because I don't want to bring up Drake on this
fucking
podcast again.
Yeah, there we go. My bad, guys. There's got to be something else.
The top 3 best female rappers don't even include Nicki.
You're gonna get torn apart, bro.
Don't care.
They're coming for you.
I'm putting Doechii, Glorilla, and probably Cardi B.
Glow is up there. Yeah, Cardi B is up there.
I think in terms of voice, hype, sound, she's better than Nicki. She's like, I think in terms of overall career, obviously Nicki is, she's like that. But, her sound is kind of stuck in the early 2010s, It doesn't fit this day and age. So, if Glorilla was out in 2012, sure, I'd probably say Nicki's better. But it's not 2012. Glorilla fits this era so much better.
Glow is amazing.
Yeah,
she's go to a Glow concert every day.
Yeah, her songs don't all sound the same. That's kind of the one thing that really sets Nicki apart from a lot of rappers, not male or female. Her songs are all different. Like, you don't hear 2 Nicki songs and you're like, okay, these sound similar. They're all very, very different and unique. But Glow's kind of the same deal, but with just a better sound. Like, she's not trying to sound all girly. She's not talking about her pussy being wet or whatever. So it's like, I think she's just overall more talented than Nicki Minaj.
All right. And that's
my perception of it.
Subjective, right? That's your perception of it. Some people might think otherwise, and it's all valid, but none of them are, truly true, because you can't. How do we know who's the best? Is it numbers? Is it listens? Is it like how they make people feel? If they can make people cry? It's like everything that's put in place is just judgment by people.
And you know what? I'll even change my answer. I'm not putting Doechii in the top 3 because I feel like she just doesn't have enough out. I'll put Lauryn Hill up there.
Okay.
Lauryn Hill is miles better than any of them. She's number 1. She's always gonna be.
Hill definitely paved the way for most of them.
Yeah. So. And that's kind of the numbers thing. Like, what makes them better? Because that's basically the entire LeBron Jordan debate.
Right.
Is numbers. LeBron's got the numbers. Jordan's got the chips. You're just like, okay, but what makes them better? They're like, longevity, durability, numbers, championships? What is it? Because if we're going by
Right, you can get into
championships,
so many different conversations.
yeah, if we're going by championships, Robert Ory is better than Michael Jordan. Robert Ory has 7. He's like a role player, and he's a very clutch role player. He hits shots when they matter, but like I don't think he averaged any more than 12 points in his entire career. Like, but he's been on teams that win. He has 7 rings. One more than Michael Jordan. So if we're going to talk about rings, Robert Ory is better than Michael Jordan. Bill Russell, better than Michael Jordan. So, like, if we're doing that, but if we're going
when you
numbers,
think about it that way, you're like, this is now the conversation is null and void.
Let's talk about numbers. LeBron James is the highest scoring, person to ever touch the NBA. He's got the highest averages in points, rebounds, and assists throughout his entire career. He's got championships. He doesn't have a lot, but he's got them. I think he's got more MVPs than Michael Jordan had. I'm not entirely... That might be wrong. But you can fact check me on that, but I might be wrong on that. It's just, numbers-wise, LeBron is better. So it's like... But that's my perception. If you think, okay, this person was the lead scorer on a championship team multiple times in a row, okay, I can see that. But it's my perception is numbers. I always go by numbers. I don't even know if there's any other perception versus.
So does that mean that Aaron Rodgers is actually not a good quarterback?
Yeah.
He's been to a Super Bowl. One single one.
I'm not a big football guy, and you know this. So I'm not I don't know.
Aaron Rodgers, you're so shit. Please retire. you're so ass. But yeah. Okay. Now, let's do a refresher before we play a little game.
All right.
Because we haven't really gone over our week. Did we go over our week last time? We did.
We did.
How was your week? We'll start with you.
It was pretty good. I spent a lot of time with Michaela this week. I got my son. I got my oldest with me this week. This weekend we were gonna go to the circus, but I got circus confused with carnival. Because carnivals, rides, and games and stuff. A circus is a show. My son is not a big show kid. He can't sit still for long enough. He doesn't want to be there long. Like, you can't take him to the movies, or I'm sure if I took him to something like Monster Truck or something, or a hockey game, he'd be pretty invested. But anything where he's just sitting and watching, he's not going to be interested for more than fucking half hour. And the tickets were $100 each. Fuck out of here. To watch somebody flip around for a little? Nah, I'm good. And watch captive elephants do tricks? I'm out. I'm not doing that. So we ended up, what did we do? Got my brother Devin and the kids, took them to the park. I took us all out for lunch and to the comic book store, bought the kids a bunch of toys and comic books. So it was a good weekend. And then I spent a lot of time with Michaela, which is always a treat. I love my lady.
Oh.
Michaela, me and Michaela took Avery out to brunch with my parents, which was nice. But the brunch took over an hour. Our food took over an hour. Fucking
the worst.
Yeah. The worst. The food was still good, and it wasn't even that busy. I think they either forgot to make our food or they fucked up 2 of the meals and had to remake them, and then the other ones were cold, so they had to remake those. And it was just I was like, oh, this is it. You could tell. Try to tell me what? Tell me what? Tried to tell me what? People don't like me? Oh, okay. You could kind of tell that the food was sitting under the warmer too, because my mom got a chopped cheese from them, and the tomatoes were warm. So that's how you know. It's just been sitting under a lamp. My food was good. I don't know about everybody else's. My food and my cocktails were delicious. I was very hungry, so Mom, when she gets hangry, man. Michaela thought it was funny. My mom's sitting there, it's I'm fucking pissed. I'm
shout out to Mama Hill.
Shout out to Ma Dukes. But yeah, so overall my week was good. How about yours?
It was cool. It was cool. The weekend was really nice. The girls came down. Shout out to Aunt Kendall and Fabi. We had everybody there this time, so it was really cool.
Shout out Fabi and Kendall. Shout out the girls and Taylor. Sorry, Taylor. Shout out the girls.
Yeah, I'll just real quick. Actually, I'll give y'all y'all are fire. We went to some clubs. We were in Virginia Beach this weekend, and nobody was there, which was nice, but confusing. Because Virginia Beach on a Saturday is usually packed. But it was nice. It was cool. There was, nobody at the beach. Very nice. It was a nice weekend. It was a nice week. Very easy. Yeah. Life is cool.
That's nice. That's a good weekend. Yeah. I haven't been to Virginia Beach in a long time, and that's yeah, we used to go all the time, and I don't know, it's always so crowded now, so I'm kind of iffy on the beach now, and I'm very iffy about crowds now, so but I think I'd be down.
You don't really go to festivals, right?
Yeah, I don't go to festivals or concerts or busy clubs or anything like that. I'm just not a crowd guy. I get very anxious. Although I do remember having a lot of fun on the pier. We did dance battles. There was always somebody with some cardboard out, that was in our prime of dancing. And so that was a fucking blast. That's what, basically, I would go out there just to look for those. Just to look for battles. There. Yeah, I know. I'm not doing them now. I'm old and fat, and I got blood clots.
My knee. Blood clot.
Blood clot. So, I have actually a Reddit story.
Oh, let's do it.
I have a Reddit story, and it's kind of a sneak peek into a future topic that we're going to have. And hold on, somebody is spam calling me real quick.
Oh, well, not to the spam call.
Not to the spam calling, and I'm trying to, I rejected his call, and now he immediately called me back, so I'm just texting him. But a future topic that we're going to have, sorry about that, about bad/crazy proposals.
Oh, yeah.
And this is the immediate story that came to my mind when you said that, because we did do a little brainstorm, so we have a huge list of topics that we're going to be going through. I added them all to the Discord, and we're going to be talking about them, and they're going to be really cool. So, this story is about a bad proposal, and this kind of sparks a decent conversation, I think. This comes from Am I the Asshole? The original poster deleted their accounts. I don't think there's going to be any updates. But am I the asshole for saying yes to my boyfriend's public proposal and then turning him down in private? Already off to a good start. I think that's respectful. But then now you have to explain to everybody, that was there. Okay. Are you okay with doing this right now, or do you have another topic?
No, let's do it.
Okay, cool. Just make sure. Okay. So my 26 female boyfriend, 28 male, and I have been dating. What? Huh? What?
I'm sipping on a little bit of I'm actually drinking tequila right now.
No, I had a whiskey ginger before the podcast. Nice. Okay. Me and my boyfriend have been dating for about 3 years. Things have been good, but I've been clear that I'm not ready for marriage just yet. I've told him I need more time to feel comfortable with such a big step. Well, a few weeks ago, we went to a big party hosted by his family for his dad's 60th birthday. I noticed that he was acting a little nervous, but didn't think much of it. Then, during the event, he got everyone's attention, got down on one knee, and proposed to me in front of all of his friends and family. I was caught completely off guard and panicked. Now, I've heard stories about how rejecting someone in public can humiliate them, and really didn't want to do that to him, especially in front of everyone he cares about. So I said yes in the moment. Everyone cheered, and he looked so happy. I felt horrible for misleading him, but I didn't know what else to do. After the party, on the car ride home, I told him privately and explained that while I do love him, I'm not ready to get married yet, and I only said yes to avoid embarrassing him in front of everyone. I thought being honest and private was the best thing to do here. He got really upset, and I said I'd humiliated him. Oh, he said I'd humiliated him even more now because he has to go back and tell everyone that we're not actually engaged, which I did bring that up. He said I should have just said no at the party if that's how I felt. I feel terrible that I've hurt him and put him in this position, but I also feel like he put me on the spot in front of everyone without considering my feelings. We've yet to tell his family or anyone, and they keep calling and texting to give their congrats, which is upsetting him even more, and I'm seeing videos his friends posted online of him getting in one knee, and so it's pretty public now. So Reddit, am I the asshole? Should I have just said no in public? Or was I right to spare him the embarrassment in the moment?
I think he's emotional because I would prefer somebody spare me. Like, people are taking videos and everything, and like I typically don't give a fuck what people think, but like I would appreciate if somebody said yes in the moment, and then as soon as we got into private was like, hey, I didn't want to embarrass you. I'd appreciate that. Me personally.
Right, because if you say anything other than yes, everybody knows it's a no. So, like, if you're just like, if you get proposed to and you're like, can we talk in private? Everybody already knows.
Everybody already knows.
Everybody knows. I think she did the right thing, but he put himself in such a crazy situation. Either he gets humiliated or he gets humiliated because he didn't talk to her.
Right.
Proposals shouldn't be surprises. Maybe the time frame.
I don't think so.
Knowing that you are like this is a conversation that needs to be had all the time, and apparently they've had it because she said it before.
Knowing that your partner is ready.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
They've had this conversation before. You should never be surprised. Go ring shopping with her. Like that's like
right.
You should never be surprised because you never talked about marriage or getting married, or even you've said, "Hey, I am not ready," and they do it anyways. If that was me, yeah, she spared him. But if we had already talked about, like, I don't want to be married, I don't want to get married right now, we are not ready, I don't know if you're the person I want to marry yet, and he does it anyways, I'm saying no in public.
Yeah, I think that would have been valid too. I think it would have been valid either way, but I'm just saying I would have appreciated.
If I was him, yes, I would have appreciated it. But if I was her, I'm turning him down in public.
If I was her, I'd be pissed off.
I'd be fucking mad. I was like, bro, I fucking told you last week.
You're going to spring this on me? Like, and then, to me, that feels like a form of manipulation because she already told you she didn't want to do it. And you're doing it in front of everybody, probably thinking, okay, she'll say yes. Like, he probably knew she would say yes in front of everybody.
Yeah.
But that's probably an assumption, but I don't know. It's weird if somebody tells you they don't want to get married and you still propose. That feels off.
I don't super crazy love jumping to the end and just assuming that he's being manipulative or whatever.
Yeah,
but
I get it.
I do see it of him knowing.
It just feels weird. Knowing that
she's not ready and knowing that she would not say no in front of everybody. And then also, they haven't told anybody yet. They didn't tell anybody that that she had actually didn't want to anymore, and they just don't know how to do it. They're not doing it.
They're not going to say, do they not know how to do it, or is he's
not
like, oh, I'm just not going to tell anybody?
Yeah, he's just not going to tell them. I think that he knew exactly what he was doing. That's me. That's how I feel. That's a jump.
An assumption.
That's a big jump.
We don't know what's going on here.
But
was there an update?
Let me see. I'm not quite sure. Well, top comment.
Okay.
The top comment was actually deleted. Crap.
Damn.
Okay, so we'll go with this one. This one has 6,000 upvotes. So, not the asshole. This could have been written by me. This is a little long for a comment. If you see him as a future husband, then I'd recommend just having a very long engagement instead of ending the engagement. It's a good idea. Usually ending an engagement means the whole relationship is over, and him having to explain that you're not engaged but still together will raise a lot of questions. Not to mention, it will be a black mark against you in the eyes of his family and friends. If, however,
God.
you don't see black mark, what?
Black mark.
Yeah, it's a fucking curse, I guess. But if, however, you don't see yourself marrying him at all, then call it quits now. He wants marriage. If you don't want it or don't want it with him, then you have different ideas for the future. If you're not on board with ever marrying him, then it's just cruel to stay in a relationship with him. I told my now husband a few days after the engagement that while I absolutely saw myself marrying him, I wasn't ready yet and told him I wanted a long engagement. He understood, and we were engaged for 9 years before we... Okay.
Jesus.
No, you're fucking wildin'.
Yeah, you're tripping, bro.
Before we eventually got married. We're now married for 7 years and have 2 kids. Yeah, your kids are fucking 18 already.
I won't say they're tripping. They stayed together for 9 years, so they were obviously happy being together.
Maybe,
so that's
yeah,
fine.
maybe she's like, you're the person I want to marry, but financially we're not ready yet. Because maybe she had just started college, you know? Like, that's something.
Yeah.
But, yeah,
Since we're
so...
on it,
What?
the whole idea of marriage, I've been thinking about this a lot lately, so I'm just gonna put my feelings out there, people.
Okay.
I don't give a fuck about marriage. Because, like, I'm sorry. Just things that I've seen, experiences and stuff, and, like, watching divorce, and, like, even people that aren't divorced but just have kids together, and like people who are don't even have kids together and they're just breaking up. It's just like, yeah, I don't give a fuck about marriage. I'm sorry, bro. I might get married if I love you a lot, and that's cool. We can do it as like a fun thing, but I'm not pressed to get married. If you want to wait 9 years and we're just cooling, that's cool. You don't have the like legal opportunity to take everything I have. That's cool.
You jump back and forth between these episodes so fucking much because like the last couple episodes you are begging for some fucking play,
I would like
dude.
a girlfriend, please. I would. Oh man, I would love a girlfriend, but I don't want to get married.
Yeah,
I'm talking about marriage.
That's
marriage.
A really good way to find a girlfriend, dude. Is just tell them like, yeah, I'm not going to commit to you, but we can be together.
That's not true. I will commit to you. Marriage is just something on paper. I will commit to you forever. I've never cheated. You
say that every episode. We get it, but so
I do.
Here's one thing.
How many people can say that? How many guys can say that?
That's a good point. But so here's a good point that I heard. I think it was from Louis C.K. He said, "No good marriage has ever ended in divorce."
Okay.
Divorce is always a good thing. Yeah, it's sad if you've got kids, but divorce it's got such this negative stigma, but
sad if you get all your shit taken.
If you are staying with somebody specifically because you have children, that's a bad thing.
No, that's horrible.
That's a horrible thing to do. You guys need to get a divorce. I've always been of the mindset, I've got 2 kids and they are with women that I am not with. So, and I've always had the mindset of I would rather have my child grow up in 2 houses full of love than 1 house full of hate.
Let's save this for the toxic relationships.
Yeah. We'll save that. We'll table that. But yeah, divorce is always a good thing. I think divorce is always a good thing. If you're not supposed to be with somebody, then don't be with somebody.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do not. I know Ryan already said it. Do not force yourself to stay with somebody because you feel like you have to.
Yeah.
You don't have to. You don't have to.
No.
You're not saving anybody. You're building shit up. And when you build up a big pile of shit, you know what you get? A big pile of shit. Don't nobody want a big pile of shit. Like, don't do that.
I thought you were going somewhere else.
You get exactly what you asked for, a big pile of shit. You've been stacking it. And now look what you have, a giant pile of shit. Don't do that. Don't stack shit.
Oh my God. 6'2", I didn't know you could stack shit that high. Oh fuck. Man, I want to loop back.
How much time we have?
We're at 50 right now.
Okay, that's not bad.
So do we want to loop in any political stuff, or do we want to table that for an actual political episode?
Let's table it for a political episode.
All right, we can do that.
We don't want to we don't want to end it with political.
I do also kind of want to see how the Kilmar situation plays out before we talk about it. I want to see I want to get the full timeline before we actually talk about it, because it is a very big ongoing thing. So that could be something we talk about in a later episode. It's probably going to be a while before it's really done, but
hey guys, in the comments, let us know if you want to hear us talk about crypto. I know I don't.
You said crypto?
If
that would be the last
you
episode.
guys want to hear that.
No, that would be our last episode. I am not talking about crypto. That's not what this podcast is. We're not doing that. This isn't some red pill, blue pill, Andrew Tate fucking bitch ass podcast or whatever.
What are we buying into, boys?
No, this isn't Fresh and Fit. We're not gonna. This isn't a Tate podcast. We're not doing that. That's not what's happening here. We're not gonna. We're not gonna invite a bunch of.
While it's still, I don't know, bro.
No, because the ones that start talking about crypto are the ones that end up adding, like, doing the table of OnlyFans girls and just berating all of them the entire time, because they're just like, you want a high value man? I have crypto. Like, fucking get the fuck out of here, you dweeb. Like,
oh my gosh, bro.
Fucking dweebs. I hate those guys. Yes, I am a man with a podcast, but I firmly believe that we should make podcast equipment more expensive. You should have a license.
So what if somebody told you they'd give you $20 million to bring in 2 OnlyFans girls and just shit on them?
Literally or, like, conversationally?
How far are you looking to go?
20 mil? 20 mil.
Yeah, no, conversationally.
20 mil? 20 mil. Oh, conversationally? I don't know. I'm not that type of person. Like 20 million.
There we go.
20 million,
I was seeing.
20 million is a lot of money, for sure.
That is a lot of money.
If it was agreed upon beforehand with the girls, I'd be like, look, I was offered a lot of money to do this. I'm so sorry for what's about to happen. Maybe. But I'm not just gonna bring girls on under the guise of like, yeah, we're just gonna have a conversation, and then start recording. It's like, you guys are whores.
That's how I feel about most of these, though. It's like I feel like somebody's paying them.
Yeah, they are getting paid. I know they are. Like,
yeah.
Who was I was talking? Oh, I was listening. I used to listen to the Flagrant 2 podcast. I think is what it's called, with Andrew Schultz and Akash, I think.
Yeah,
Akash Minaj or Akash Singh. Yeah, and they talked. They had like a beef with Fresh and Fit, and they were talking about how crappy they are for just the only thing that they do is invite like the dumbest of the dumb or OnlyFans girls to talk to them and berate them and talk about how high value they are and how low value the girls are, and like it was just this huge beef. And I'm like, well, yeah, that's what they do. They're bad people. Like that's it. They're gonna appeal to the manosphere shit because it makes them money. Like they don't. Like, I think part of the beef was like, don't you have a girlfriend? Like you talk all this shit about like not being able to be held down, but you're a pretty loyal boyfriend, you fucking nerd. I don't know. I hate manosphere shit. I hate the alpha, high value, whatever the fuck. I think it's so bogus. It's so dumb.
Why did Andrew Schultz talk about raping Kendrick? Why did that happen this year? Why is that a thing that actually happened?
I mean, listen.
Listen to what? What?
No, not what you think.
Oh, okay.
Now, I have never claimed to be a good comedian, right? But I was in stand-up for a bit. I'm about to take away your fucking soundboard privileges. But I was in stand-up for a bit, and I will say I've told some jokes that really didn't land. Now, people did think that the Andrew Schultz rant was funny. It's been a bit since it happened, but Kendrick was mentioned. He mentioned Andrew Schultz in the song.
He didn't say anybody.
Well, he didn't say anybody. He said, "Don't let no." Oh no, it wasn't about Andrew Schultz. It was Shits and Gigs. That was on Andrew Schultz's podcast, and Andrew Schultz was talking about, I think, the black wife effect, like that whole weird thing that people talk about. And I think it's just if you get a wife that has any sense of style, then you start to get a sense of style. It's not any type of black or white thing. But he was talking about the black wife effect and kind of shitting on it and kind of shitting on black women. And the guys from Shits and Gigs were just laughing, like they weren't saying anything about it. And so Kendrick said, "Don't let no white man talk about black women. That's law," or whatever. And it was like directly after the episode.
By the way, guys, none of this is confirmed. This is all Twitter talk. Nobody knows who he was talking about.
That's true. They did just
because
kind of
Kendrick
assume.
doesn't do any interviews. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kendrick does no interviews, so nobody will ever know.
It wasn't like confirmed, but that's what started all of this.
That's what people attribute it to.
That's what it was attributed to. Shout out our attributions episode. But so Andrew Schultz just went on a rant, as he does in the beginning of most of his podcast episodes. He went on a rant about Will Smith.
He went straight to rape.
It was like, "You're such a little guy, I'd pick you up and fuck you." Like something crazy like that. Like some wild shit. Because he's just like, "Aren't you like 5'2"? Come here, little guy." And I'm just like, "So you think he's a little boy and that's what you go to?" Like, excuse me, Mr. Andrew. Like, what are we doing here, then? So that's what happened there. It was a much longer rant because his rants do go on for a while. And I will say, his Will Smith and Jada Pinkett rant that he had,
that one was funny.
Legendary.
I just wasn't expecting,
sexual assault.
Talking about no, in so much detail. Never. Wouldn't have put it on my bingo card.
Never.
But it is 2025, so everything happens.
And I guess people went on a fucking rampage about being able to joke about whatever they wanted, and I guess now they can.
Which, actually, if you want to finish off with this last thing that I have, it kind of goes into that.
Okay.
It's just like a list of subjective topics, right? And we'll just go down the list. There's top 10. The first one is art, right? We can agree on that. Art is subjective. I don't get it.
I like art. I like paintings and stuff.
I like going to museums.
No, I don't like.
And I like architecture.
I'm more of an art gallery guy. Museums, I'm just kind of, I've seen them. Like I've seen them in books. I've seen them online. Whatever. Yeah. Art galleries of like local artists, I'm really into that. That's a lot of fun.
I like both because when I travel, like when I've been to Italy and Japan, I like to go and see their buildings and their architecture, or like older temples or
architecture is different. I'm thinking more paintings.
Oh, yeah, no, but I like paintings also. Like when I went to France, going to the museum with the Mona Lisa in it, like you get to see different statues and paintings and all types. I like all types of art.
I like the local stuff because you find some really unique things that you're not going to find anywhere else. Like if I had the money, my house would be filled with things I found at like coffee shops or our local brewery here. It's called Public Brewing. They have they let one singular artist put up to like 12 things on one wall and put prices on it, and they sell them like a coffee shop. But it's like a solo art gallery there. Like you go in, they put one person's art on the wall at a time. Like it's not like a bunch of people. Yeah. I like that a lot, and
I think that's nice.
Yeah, it's really cool. Okay, next.
Taste in food.
Come on now. I mean, honestly, if you are at this big age and you're still a crazy at your big age, you're still a picky eater. Come on now.
Eat that fucking octopus.
I feel like there's certain people that are like, I don't like mushrooms for the texture. I can see that. I understand it. I feel you. But if you're just like, ew, tomatoes, but I still eat ketchup, like, get the fuck out of here. Like, at your big age. Your
palate is, cooked.
They're like,
go try something. Try anything. Just try something. You guys have
chicken tenders and barbecue sauce? They're like, dude, we're at Cooper's Hawk. Like, this, what? Like, no, get the fuck out of here. No,
aren't you 40?
Aren't you? Yeah.
Stop playing with me, bro.
Don't you? You don't have kids. I can see why. Like, fucking, fuck's sakes. Like, having a kid that's a picky eater is frustrating enough. I could not date somebody who is a picky eater.
You got to be willing to try anything.
I'll try anything once, and there are things that I've tried
Yeah.
that I don't like, but I will try most things.
We'll try it.
I'll try it.
And that's, you know what, that's subjective. That's why this thing is subjective, because if you don't want to try anything, do you?
Like,
You know,
I'm
Grow
not a
up,
fan.
but do what you want to do.
I'm not a fan of gin. I think it tastes like earwax. I think it's kind of meh. I'm not a fan
It's
of gin.
like licorice. Ugh.
I'm
Like drinking black licorice. That's insane.
What's another thing? Radishes. Not a fan of radishes, pickled or not. I don't care. I just don't like them. I don't like the texture.
radish.
I don't like the taste. They taste. They're bitter. I don't like them. So, but a lot of people like them. So yeah. But I'm not picky. Like, I'm not gonna pick it out, or I'm not gonna just not eat it because it's touching my food. Like, I'm an adult. Like,
Do you think you have to reach a certain age to start liking Brussels sprouts?
Brussels sprouts are tough because I think it's how you prepare them. Because I hated them as a kid because my mom would just keep them whole and steam them.
Yeah.
Steam them, season them. No,
But
you gotta
then you go
cut
to
them in.
restaurants
You cut them
now
in
and they-
half because they're not.
Yeah.
You can clean them as well as you want, but it's like a head of cabbage. You peel it down, you're still gonna see dirt like lower down.
Right.
So that's why it tastes like dirt, because there is dirt. You gotta cut them in half, smush them a little bit, season them up like a motherfucker. Use a bunch of garlic, and then bake them at a really high heat so they get crispy. Maybe even like flash pan fry them a little bit. That's I mean, that kind of eliminates the whole healthy part of them, but whatever. I don't care. I want them to taste good. But a good Brussels sprout salad too. I don't know. I started liking Brussels sprouts when I started having them prepared right. So I think most people who don't like things just haven't had them at their best, you know?
That's a good point. That's good, yeah. I like that. That's nice, Ryan. Nice take.
Yeah, next.
Next is just music preferences. We don't even, come on.
You're a product of your environment. If you're from the country, you probably
Exactly.
like country music. If you're from the hood, you probably like rap music. It's, is
Or-
what it is.
Heavy metal? Where does heavy metal come from?
I don't know. If your dad had a motorcycle, yeah,
Okay.
that's really all I can think of.
Indian music?
You're probably Indian. I don't
Latin
listen to bachata, but because I'm not
You
Spanish.
don't? What's wrong with you?
I don't speak
It's
Spanish.
soothing. Okay.
I like knowing
Whatever.
lyrics. I'm sorry.
No,
Next.
that's fine. Fashion.
Oh, fashion is weird for me. I feel like
Yeah.
a good simple outfit is universal, Like nice shoes, a decent shirt that matches, maybe some jewelry and some decent like jeans is going to be appreciated everywhere. But like the high fashion shit, like what's that guy's name? Wisdom? I love Wisdom. I love Wisdom. Shout out
We love
Wisdom.
Wisdom here.
Some of your outfits are not for me, man. And I do see that he's doing like basically like art form. It's an art form that he's doing. It's not like what you'd wear to fucking TJ Maxx. You're fucking it's something that is for shows. So I'm like,
For
cool.
shows,
But then he's
right.
got a couple that I'm like, that's a dope ass outfit. And I would wear it out to the town or the mall or whatever I'm going. But there are a
There's
couple
so
that
many
I'm
different
like,
forms of
Yeah.
fashion,
yeah.
There's so many options. There's like runway fashion, or like fashion as in what club you're going to. You might go to an upscale club where you dress up a little bit, maybe wear a suit.
I'm a big slut. I wear suits. I love suits.
I love suits.
I love suits.
I got 7 suits. I have 9 suits actually.
Yeah.
I was thinking about buying a new summer suit.
The suits. I love suits. I mean, I've always been not huge into shoes. I'd probably take a little better care of them if I was really big into them, but I wear them. Like if I buy shoes, I'm gonna fucking wear them. So all of my shoes are nice shoes, but they're pretty worn out. But I've always been a big shoe guy. Lately in my later years now, I've cared a lot less about what I'm wearing. I'm going to Walmart in pajamas and sweatpants like that how people used to like make fun of people for being like the people of Walmart, for wearing pajamas and shit. I'm one of them
That's
now.
us.
That's me now. Because guess
Welcome.
what? It's fucking Walmart.
Adulthood. Right.
These
Who am I
sweatpants,
dressing up for?
the sweatpants I'm
The
wearing are
security guard?
still higher quality than what I can get at Walmart. Like, I'm just here to get some Tylenol and some hemorrhoid cream. Can you fuck off?
Right.
Stop taking a picture of me and posting me on that stupid fucking website.
I do dress up when I go to Target. I don't go to Target anymore, people. I just want
Boycott.
to put that on the record.
Because they implemented
But when
the
I did-
anti-DEI stuff.
Yeah. When I did, I dressed up because those Target workers.
I definitely hopped out of the
You know.
sweatpants for Target for sure. But Walmart, you don't deserve nice pants. You don't deserve my
No.
nice pants. I didn't get
We
these
don't
at Walmart.
respect you at all.
Yeah, I didn't get
We
these
have no
here.
respect for you.
I got these at Hollister, you fucking broke piece of shit. These are Abercrombie and Fitch jeans, you poor bitch.
Oh my god. The next one is emotional responses, which is, once you say emotional, it's subjective anyways.
Well, yeah.
Because emotions are relative to the person,
You can't control how you react to something necessarily.
You can learn to.
You can
but it
learn
takes-
to, but I don't think you should. I think you
Oh.
are who you are. And
Yeah.
if you are with somebody who can't handle your reactions, so you dumb them down or suppress them, you shouldn't be with that person because you're going to resent them for that. You should react how you naturally react to things. If your
Talking to
natural
me, man?
reaction, no. If your natural reaction is to start stabbing, maybe you need some help. But like, if your natural reaction to like an argument, like if you're in an argument, which is normal, is to cry, and your significant other can't handle that, they either start berating you for crying, or maybe they cry. I don't know, but maybe you shouldn't be with that person. You should be with somebody who can handle your natural
Who can handle
reactions
it,
to things.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's okay. If your partner can't handle it and they let you know in a respectful way, you don't have to be mean about it,
Yeah.
You can just separate yourselves, Communication is good. And if they communicate that it's something that they can't do, don't get mad at them. There's going to be some feelings there. I won't say don't get mad at them, because if you are mad at them, that's valid too.
Learning how to take a pause in an argument is one of the bigger things that people need to learn, because like, first off, there's no situation in a relationship where screaming at each other is going to get anywhere. And if you find yourself
Once you're
in that
yelling, that's
moment,
it.
once you're yelling, like what did Zelensky say? The Mr. Trump, you're raising the volume in your voice, but not the logic in your argument, or something like that. It's the same thing. Like, if you're sitting here and you're just, the only thing, you being louder is not getting the message across better. So take a pause, take a walk, go grab a coffee or whatever you're doing, then come back and be like, hey, I don't like how you did this. I was offended.
Don't wait like a week though.
Yeah, don't
like
just
I know
ghost.
some people need time, but if you wait like a week or even like a month, and then a month later you just suddenly bring it up, it might blindside your partner.
Yeah, no, I mean,
So-
like, when I say take a break, like take a pause, I mean like
Take a pause.
step back and take as much time as you need to cool off, and then immediately revisit it. Like you cooled off, you're not as emotional anymore, and you can see it from a more logical side, and then you're like, okay, I don't like how you did this, or even I reacted to this wrong, or I did something wrong, and then you talk about it, because fucking communication, guys. Next, and we'll do like two more, because
we'll do like two more. I'm gonna do some better ones, because moral and ethical beliefs is like, obviously.
I mean, yeah,
But-
that's kind of a given.
The number one on this one, which is what we were talking about earlier, is humor. Humor is, they're saying it's the most subjective thing. But do you feel like, I'm going to ask you because you've done stand-up, you've been in that scene, do you feel like humor is becoming less subjective because of the times?
I think humor's
Or do you
always
think it
humor's
remains?
humor's always going to be subjective.
Okay.
Because, you know, I mean, me and my dad find things funny that my mom doesn't. And it's just never she's never going to. And it's just kind of how it is. But, like, there's probably people out there who are like, I don't think Shane Gillis is funny, so I don't watch him. You know, it's always going to be subjective.
Damn,
and
Shane Gillis is hilarious.
Shane Gillis is hilarious. And he...
In my opinion.
In my personal opinion, he is super funny. But I you know, humor is going to be one of those things that is always going to be subjective. But I will say, if you don't find it funny, then move the fuck on. You don't have to tell somebody that you don't find it funny. Like, if you're heckling at a show because you don't find them funny, you need to leave. You shouldn't be there.
Yeah, don't be that person.
Yeah, don't be that person.
Yeah, you should just don't go to the show.
Yeah, if you don't like the way somebody's doing their art form, you don't have to
Put it
say shit.
online.
That's like going to an art gallery, going up to the artist and saying, "Hey, you're really fucking bad at painting."
Damn. But
That's
are they
exactly
bad
the
at
same
painting?
thing, though.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, it's exactly the
Yeah,
same
no,
thing.
I'm just-
It's going
Right.
up to somebody and criticizing their art form at the event that they're performing their art.
Yeah.
It's dumb. It's dumb. I think it's super dumb. But it's subjective. If you don't find it funny, then fuck off. You don't have to say anything about it. You just move on. Find something that you do find funny. Sorry, I'm very
It's the
passionate
parable
about
of
that.
the day. If you don't find it funny, then fuck off.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm very passionate about that. But mind your fucking business.
Mind your fucking business. Hey, that's something to live off of, okay, people? Mind your business, and your life will be amazing, I promise.
No, it's so much better.
At least.
I started minding my
80%
business.
better.
It's like getting sober. Like, I started minding my business, and I was like, oh
Right.
wow, I got a 4-year chip in minding my fucking business. Like,
Right. I'm certified in minding my own business.
I am certified.
Unless there's
yeah.
tea. I'll
No.
drink that
I
tea.
will listen. I'm not gonna inject myself into the business.
Right.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
eat up
but
the
I'm
gossip.
gonna listen. I'm gonna listen.
Like the
I won't
Facebook
tell
gossip.
anybody.
I'm gonna read it for sure. I might like the
But I'm
post.
gonna read it. Yeah.
I might instigate a little bit, but I'm not gonna fucking like become a key part
Yeah,
in
you're
this
an
drama.
instigator. I won't instigate. I'll be like, I'll try to gather as much information as possible until it gets boring.
If it'll never have anything to do with me, yeah, I'll instigate a little more. But if there's a chance that I might be sucked into it, I won't, you know? But if it's just like some baby daddy drama on Facebook, I'll do the comment like, he ain't shit, and then fucking see what happens. Like, or I'll tag him in it because he's blocked so he can't see it, and I'll tag him in it so he can see it.
You talked about this on one of our last episodes. You
I know.
said you also asked what she did.
What?
You're sick. Yeah. What did she do? Yeah.
Be like, well, what did you say to make him say that? Yeah, it's fucking... Oh, shit. Anyways,
I think that's
that's it.
that's all we got today for you guys. I hope you
Nice.
guys enjoyed.
That was a good topic, a good episode.
It was decent. I hope
We
you guys liked it.
announcement. We now have an Instagram, TikTok, and Discord page. Largely Garbage Pod on both TikTok and Instagram. And then our Discord page is linked in our link trees that should be in our Instagram bio. Also, I posted it on Facebook if you're coming to me from Facebook. But so join in, put in your topic ideas, any of the conspiracy theories that you think that we should say, because we do have another conspiracy theory episode coming. That was a lot of fun. People seem to really enjoy that one, so we're definitely going to do an episode 2.
It'll be a part 2. There's a couple of part 2s coming.
Yeah, well, some of the topics are a little too broad for us not to, you know, like relationships. Like, how are we not gonna do that? Reddit stories, stuff like that. So, this has been the Largely Garbage Podcast. Please like, subscribe, whatever you need to do. Comment, give us feedback, and as always, stay
Trash.
trash.
Oh, hi. Thanks for checking in.
y'all.
I'm still a piece of garbage.